Yo, it's Kev from Chin Checkers, and we back at it, man. We back at it. I know I'm late, but we still gonna get into it, man. Let's talk about these fights this past weekend. I'm gonna talk about this the Regis Prograis and Juan Jose Velasco fight. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't impressed with Regis Prograis at all. And I know you're gonna be like, yo, he won almost all the rounds in the fight, and he stopped him in the seventh round, and he was beating him up. I wasn't impressed with his defense. I wasn't impressed with his defense at all. Velasco was catching him with the jab. Velasco was hitting him with some combinations and hitting him with some hard shots, even though Regis was taking them shots and walking through them shots and just was walking down Velasco. But the thing about it is, if Regis is in there with some of the top tier 140-pound fighters, I don't think he's gonna be walking through them punches like he was walking through Velasco's punches. And Velasco ain't doing anything wrong. He fought a pretty good fight. The only thing that I saw wrong a lot with him was he kept stepping back, going straight back. That's the worst thing you don't want to do in boxing, is walk straight back. And that's when Prograis is walking him down. And the one thing I really didn't like about Prograis was he always, his head movement, he kept dipping to the right, dipping to the left, dipping to the right, dipping to the left. And that's when Velasco was just popping him and catching him. But those shots that Velasco was throwing at him, Regis was walking through him and then just walking him down and hitting him. And every time he hit him, it sounded like fireworks was going off, man. And I just want Regis to work on his defense a little bit more, because, as I said, if he gets in there with them top tier 140-pound guys, it might be a long night for Regis. And Regis kind of remind me of Tank Davis a little bit, man. Just a bigger Tank Davis, a little bit slower, and the defense not that good. But I'm talking about when he lets his hands go, it's just straight power, straight power. So now, after that, I want to talk about the Manny Pacquiao and the Lucas Matisse fight. And from the first round, Lucas Matisse to me didn't look like the same fighter that he was when he was knocking guys out with them 36 knockouts that he got. And I think, to me, when he fought Victor Postal, that's when everything kind of went downhill. A lot of people don't know, and if you do know or don't know, I'm gonna let you know. In that fight, his left eye socket got broken, and I could tell in the first round when he's fighting Manny Pacquiao, he kept that left right close to that eye. And that's normally how you would set people up, with that left jab and that power right. But he was keeping it more defensively to protect his eye. And Manny, as a true champion, and as a veteran, noticed that that eye was messed up and kept going after that eye. And I think I was the fifth round, I believe, when Manny threw like 3 jabs and then caught him with a real quick right hook. And Matisse took that knee. I could tell from there the fight was over. And Manny looked good. He wasn't as fast as he used to be, but it was still fast. But Matisse to me, man, and I hate to say this, but I think it's time for him to retire. And I like him. I've seen a lot of his fights. He had a lot of wars. Victor Postel, Danny Garcia, Zab Judah, Lamont Peterson, Devin Alexander. Like, he been in there with some good, great boxers. And I think it's just time for him to retire, because, I'm a boxing fan, and we all like, to see these guys be warriors and things like that. And, I'm a fan of that B&B, man. But with a eye like that and messed up like that, at the end of the day, that's still a man, and he still got to feed his family, just like the rest of us out here doing what we got to do to feed our family. And I don't want to see that man get blind in the eye, something like that. So I hope he, really thinks hard about retiring. And I hate to see him go, but I'd rather him leave and be healthy than stay in a fight game and get damaged. So, I just hope he do the right thing. And then the last fight I want to talk about is the Teofimo Lopez and the William Sylvia fight. Now, this is my second time seeing Lopez fight. The first time, if y'all don't know, I'm gonna try to find it, put the link in the description. You guys can click on the link and you can see what he did the first time I see him fight. Just gonna leave it at that. But I was really impressed with Teofimo Lopez. Only thing I didn't like was the jump punch that he did twice in the fight, man. I might come back to haunt him later on in his career, man. He might try to do that in a fight. Somebody might really catch him, and I hope he don't do that. But I was really impressed with him. His ring generalship, excuse me. And he looked very confident in that ring. He looked very poised, and his speed, his power, the way he was mixing up his speed. He wasn't keep throwing them fast all the time. He wasn't throwing all the power shots all the time. And he was able to keep William Sylvia at bay and offer him. And the thing I did not like about Sylvia was, once again, he kept going back in a straight line. Cardinal sin. And he barely used his jab. He had the longer reach in the fight. All he had to do was just stand his ground a little bit, throw that jab, and try to catch the Lopez at the end of his jab, and let his hands go a little bit more. He kind of was tentative to let his hands go, but then when you got them fast hands coming at you from different angles, because Teofimo Lopez was coming straight, he was coming from the left, he was coming from the right, using all type of angles. He was coming low, he was coming high. Jab up to the body, jab down to the body, straight right to the body, straight right to the head, left. He threw everything at that man. And Sylvia really didn't have an answer for anything at all. But yo, I'm out. It's probably the longest video I did. Getting a little bit better at this. And hopefully I find a nice video editing program so I can start doing some editing and stuff. So y'all can see some of the things that I be trying to point out in the fight, man. But, still new to the game, trying to get better. That's all I could do, man. Shout out to everybody that watch me. Please like, subscribe, comment in the section. Follow me, Chin Checker 7, man. Peace, and I'm out.